This is the weekend edition of iFIBER One News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFIBER One News.
From the iFIBER One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER One News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about a Moses Lake woman whose skill at training horses recently paid off as she won first place at a regional competition in Spokane. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Really, you just kind of have to play it in the moment because every single horse is different up there. I mean, my horse was like super quiet and almost lazy, but by the time I got on him, I was able to kind of steer him around and walk him, and he took 2 steps of the trot, and he actually put his head down and started bucking with me, and he bucked for a good like 30 seconds. And I stayed on and rode him through it, and everyone was like, whoa. And so it was actually a good example for the audience, because a lot of the people there watching us are looking to kind of better their own horsemanship.
Moses Lake area horse trainer and riding instructor Lucia Clementson won her first competition at the recent Colt Starting Challenge USA near Spokane. Clementson, who was up against 3 other more experienced trainers, trained the horse in 3.5 hours to win. The horse had never been bridled, saddled, or ridden, plus it was Clemenson's first Colt Starting Challenge competition in the 20 years she's been riding.
You have only 2 hours the first day and then 2 45-minute sessions the second day. So you only have 3.5 hours of total training of being on the ground and in the saddle, and then you do an obstacle course, which you kind of go around. So it's definitely, it was a challenge for sure.
Clementson is the certified riding instructor and equestrian competitor who trains students and horses at the Flying Sea Farm facility on Panorama Drive in May Valley. She instructs at least 25 student riders a week at the Flying Sea. She explained why she likes what she does.
Horses live for peace. They really do. And so I think I just draw to that. And horses honestly is just therapy. You know, it's just, you know, it's kind of like my therapy session that I go to and kind of just better myself.
With 2 decades of experience, she has trained and worked with some of the best trainers in the country, including 2-time Olympian Amy Tryon. Clementson competed in many disciplines, including Western pleasure, cow events, hunt seat, driving, jumpers, dressage, and horse trials. Clementson says her true passion is starting and working with troubled horses with the goal of becoming a methodical, not a mechanical horsewoman. Nikki Kadich, the mother of one of Clemenson's riding students, Dally, spoke highly of the trainer's skills.
3 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet and ride with Lucia in one of her clinics. We went there. And from that point on, fell in love with her. Her personality, her horsemanship was just incredible.
The wall in Clemenson's tack room is lined with ribbons from past events. Clementson, who grew up with 4-H in Moses Lake, looks at horsemanship philosophically.
Horses is kind of your perfect friendship or even marriage. It really is, and so it's kind of like a really good, healthy thing to chase.
Clementson says she plans to step up her effort next year to compete for a national title. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER One News.
Quincy's Farmer Consumer Awareness Day is set for September 12th, featuring a parade, live entertainment, and a hot air balloon festival. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
Farmer Consumer Awareness Day is a celebration that brings farmers, consumers, fun, and food together in Quincy. The event is set for September 12th and features a grand parade, the Farm to Market Fun Run, live entertainment, cook-offs, arts and crafts, a car show, and booths that showcase locally grown delicacies. This year's Farmers Consumer Awareness Day features a balloon festival, chef extravaganza, petting zoo, and kids' games. Also on tap is a produce sale, a car show and tractor pull, local tours, entertainment, and a Veterans Memorial Wall plaque dedication. Other events include a wine festival and the presentation for the Farm Family of the Year and Honorary Farmer. The Grand Parade starts at 10 a.m. Saturday of the event in downtown Quincy. The balloon launch at Lozier Park on 13th Avenue Southwest begins at 6:30 a.m. depending on the weather. At dusk, a balloon glow and fireworks show is scheduled. See the website at quincyfarmerconsumer.com for additional details and schedules. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather segment brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. We do have a cool and showery weather pattern for this Labor Day weekend. We do have a cold storm moving across the area, bringing very cold temperatures throughout the morning hours, freezing or near freezing temperatures in far northeastern Washington. Now, rain will be likely across the eastern portions of our area and the Idaho Panhandle for this Labor Day weekend. Within the past 24 hours, our low temperatures for us here in Ephrata about 10 degrees below the average low temperature, in the mid-40s for us, and highs today right around the low 70s. Record high temperature for us here in Ephrata was set back in 1988, and the record high was 102. Sunset at 7:32. For you in Moses Lake, your low temperature right around 40 degrees, very cold this morning, highs in the low to mid 70s, and your record high temperature as well was set back in 1988, and the high temperature was 97 degrees. Currently, temperatures right outside your door, right around 70 degrees, winds blowing from the northeast up to 10 miles an hour. Low humidity, mostly cloudy skies throughout the overnight hours. For Friday afternoon, chance of showers along the Cascades. And once again, for the eastern portions of the area, chance of showers as we go into the Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. As you can see in Oregon, higher elevations, they do have a wintry mix throughout the morning hours and throughout the overnight hours as we go into Saturday. Now, for Saturday evening, chance of showers will also be into the far northeastern portions of our state. Once again, chance of showers along the Cascades and along the coast for Sunday throughout the day. Now, dry conditions for us on Sunday, and good news for Labor Day, plenty of sunshine for us here within our Columbia Basin. Highs for the Saturday in Seattle in the low 70s, mostly sunny skies, Long Beach in the upper 70s, mostly cloudy skies, as well as in the Yakima with highs in the mid 70s. In the Northwest, really struggling to make it above the upper 50s with mostly cloudy skies. Showers throughout the Saturday evening, and the Tri-Cities highs will be right around the mid 60s. Within our Columbia Basin, mostly cloudy skies. We will have a slight chance of showers for Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening from our Columbia Basin out into the eastern portions of our state. Now, for you in Moses Lake, your high temperature right around 70 degrees for this Saturday afternoon. Look at this. For this Labor Day weekend, we do have a chance of showers for Saturday, improving conditions for Sunday with mostly sunny skies, plenty of sunshine for Monday afternoon with highs in the mid 70s, and as you get back to work, highs will be right around the lower 80s with plenty of sunshine by the middle of the next work week with highs near normal. Low temperatures will continue to be right around 50 degrees. Thank you for being with us. We'll be right back with sports.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Ah, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
With the start of the high school football season kicking off this weekend, we had a chance to catch up with Coach Jay Mills and the Ephrata Tigers. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
Ephrata football is stepping on the field this year with a new-look team. The Tigers lost 25 seniors from last year's playoff season, including 4 starting offensive linemen and quarterback. Head coach Jay Mills says the QB competition is up for grabs, with 4 kids battling for the starting job.
We won't know till next week who our starting quarterback will be, and we might split time there as things go on. But the offense is coming along. I feel good. I think we could play a game right now. We've got some things to polish up, but the kids are learning and working hard.
After getting a taste of the playoffs last season, the Tigers are hungry to make it back. Coach Mills thinks his team is ready for the challenge.
Absolutely. That's something we work towards every year. You know, we've been in the hunt the last 3 years, and last year we got in and got our chance to play in them. So, you know, we want to continue that and hopefully build off of it.
Ephrata opens up the 2015 season at home against Royal City. Last year when the two teams played, the Knights outlasted the Tigers 28-27 in a thriller. Ephrata senior Tyler Lutz knows Royal City well and can't wait to face them back on the field.
I've played them since I was in Greek kids. I mean, they're all my age. We played them last year real close, and I just want revenge right now. I'm hunting for revenge.
For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
I had a chance to get out from behind the desk and attend the Moses Lake Chiefs scrimmage. Here's what I learned from Coach Griffith.
Moses Lake has its sights set on making the postseason this year. The team finished with a 7-3 record in 2014, but that wasn't good enough to get the Chiefs in. Coach Todd Griffith believes his squad has what it takes, though, to get over the hump this season.
Our guys want to win the whole thing. We want to be league champions, and just like everybody else probably does in the league. And, you know, I think we got the kids to do it. It's whether or not they're going to get the job done, you know, once they hit the field on Friday night.
There are still a few key starting positions to be decided before the team steps out on the gridiron, but Moses Lake does return a veteran-savvy team.
You know, we got a good battle going on with our quarterbacks right now, and haven't really decided at this point in time whether it's Joel Torres or Wes Harrington. Got Isaiah Thomas coming back on both sides of the ball. He's a big offensive threat and plays defense extremely well, just a natural kind of kid. He's definitely a leader. Defensively, we got a myriad of guys that are flying around and looking really good right now. So, you know, as far as pinpoint one, Brandon Pancratz is playing lights out right now. I mean, we can't throw the ball very well to his side, so I mean that says he's doing a pretty good job defensively.
Thomas, who was a second-team All-Big Nine player, believes the Chiefs have a solid team in the makings.
I think the seniors last year really built us up to make us a lot stronger, so I think this year is going to be, I think we're going to come back harder, 2 times harder than we were last year.
Coach Griffith typically pencils in several tough non-league opponents to get Moses Lake ready for an uber-competitive Big Nine schedule. This year is no exception, going up against South Ridge, Lewis and Clark, Coeur d'Alene, and Post Falls.
We think they're all pretty good teams, so you know, we're gonna have our work cut out.
Have a great weekend. If you have the chance, be sure and get out and root on your favorite football team. Coaches and players will appreciate your support. We'll be back after this break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our next story is about Grant County firefighters battling the Okanagan Complex fire and how community support is making an impact. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
Off to another night.
All right, you guys stay safe.
Thank you.
Firefighters Mike Campbell and Don Huffman prepare for another 12 or even possibly 16-hour night shift at the Okanagan Complex fires. The two District 13 firefighters are part of a 10-person Grant County strike team, assisting more than 2,000 firefighters at the largest wildfire in Washington's history. Crews working the night shift receive a briefing from incident management before heading out of base camp to their assignments across the more than 300,000-acre wildfire. Campbell has been in OMAC for about 2 weeks and described the scene when he first arrived.
Chaotic, very chaotic. A lot of fire everywhere, jumping. A couple nights into it, we had a major firestorm and we almost lost a ton of homes, but we saved actually every single one. Only had a couple burns. We actually had to evacuate all the firefighters off the Tunk Road for several hours.
The strike team has spent many hours on structure protection, and Campbell said they have yet to lose a single home.
It's a good feeling. When you drive back up the next day or in the daylight, because you know we're on night shift, so when you go up in the morning and you see the stuff, we're coming down off the hill and you see the homes standing, but the paint blistered right up to the houses, but they're still standing. That's a really great feeling.
Campbell owns a processing serving company in Ephrata, which allows him the flexibility to stay in OMAC for the last 2 weeks. Huffman joined the strike team last week. A former firefighter from Moses Lake, Huffman is in paramedic school and is in between school quarters. He said others rotate in and out when work shifts allow.
And quite a few people that have been balancing the work and fire camp stuff.
Long nights can take its toll on the firefighters, but morale remains high thanks to community support.
Between Grant County and the local residents here, overwhelming support. I've had homeowners bring us food in the middle of the night, coffee, whatever, whatever. And the people at home are watching our Facebook page for Grant County 13, and we're trying to feed them as much information to keep the locals there up to date. And there's been times where it's actually brought tears to your eyes when these people have lost everything, but they're still helping us. I mean, their positive attitude is keeping our morale way up. So
it's definitely making an impact on the entire strike team. So hugely thankful for that.
Campbell said it's a bit emotional when residents come up to them, thanking them for saving their home.
They literally have come up to us in town and gave us hugs and crying and saying, you saved our house. Everything burned around it, but our house is saved. And of course that brings tears to our eyes at the same time, because we are working hard,
Campbell was able to return home this week, but wanted to thank not only residents in Okanagan County, but Grant County as well.
Actually, I'd like to thank everyone in Grant County and thank all the residents around this place for the support they're giving us, because this can get tough on us at times. It's long hours, sometimes hard work, sometimes our nights go a little easy, but for the most part it's been pretty tough on us, being away from our families. And so I want to thank everyone for that.
The strike team has now been reassigned to the North Star fire as the management team tries to close the gap between that fire and the Okanagan complex, which were about a half-mile apart last week. The strike team is expected to stick around north central Washington for at least another week. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Welcome back. The next story is about a recent visit from South Korea delegates to Moses Lake to learn more about Grant County businesses. Reporter Jeff Chu was there and has the story.
An economic development delegation from Moses Lake's sister city of Gunpo, South Korea, visited the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center Tuesday night for a regional trade expo. The event and dinner was hosted by Grant and Adams County Economic Development Councils, the Small Business Development Center in Moses Lake, and CB Tech. Alan Peterson, Small Business Development Director with Grant County EDC Small Business Development Center, helped organize the event. Peterson said it was intended to introduce the Gunpo delegation to regional business owners interested in international trade.
This is about bringing the sister city Gunpo folks here, and when they were coming over, we have been working more on international trade at the Small Business Development Center. And the other partner in crime we have is Vern Jenkins, our international trade specialist from Spokane. So those two and I put this together, and what we really wanted to do was take an event that is really meant for elected officials, is to take this a step further and start an international trade. So in the room today we have about 14 businesses, local, Adams and Grant County.
Peterson talked about the Columbia Basin businesses that the Gunpo delegation learned about.
We have, behind me, we have a person that's invented a new exercise machine that's being sold coast to coast. We have orchardists here that make cherry wine and juice. We have a distillery here. We've got Camelina Gold from Adams County, and we have a person here from IntelliPaper up in Edwall.
Representatives of Moses Lake School District told the story of CB Tech's vocational education facilities and the programs offered to students there. Products showcased at the expo included medicinal honey developed by Moses Lake Silverbow Honey and cherry products made in Moses Lake by Bowman Orchards. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Rounding out this week's news coverage is a story about a hot rod poker run across Grant County, raising money to help combat juvenile diabetes. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
If you were out and about in the wild winds on Saturday, chances are you also heard the sound of some classic horsepower from some classic cars. Moses Lake's Sick Boy Greaser Club met at Lozier Park, braving both the breeze and some relentless tumbleweeds to put on the first annual Rebel Hot Rod Poker Run, raising money to combat juvenile diabetes. According to the members, the club came together about 8 years ago to honor a longtime friend who perished in a fire and has become an outlet for car enthusiasts to both have fun and stay out of trouble. About 20 drivers from across Grand County and even Wenatchee turned out, bringing classic cars, custom roadsters, trucks, some more contemporary muscle, and even a touch of the eclectic in the name of a good cause. Club President Matt Johnson's wife, along with the wife of another member, were diagnosed with the disease at an early age, so the group decided their first annual event would raise money for the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. The poker run began with drivers drawing a playing card at the first stop, then drawing 4 more at checkpoints along the rest of the course in the hopes of piling up the best possible hand. The run headed out from Moses Lake and stopped in Wilson Creek's Harvest Moon Saloon and Soap Lake's Del Red Pub, with Sick Boy members serving as dealers and scorekeepers. After stopping in Ephrata, the convoy came back to the club's home garage at Muscle Car and Upholstery in Moses Lake for a barbecue, live music, and giving away prizes for the best and worst hands, as well as donated raffle items. Johnson said that despite the weather, he was pleased with the turnout and hopes to make the poker run an annual event to support other worthy charities throughout Grant County. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFIBER 1 News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.